Time to party. Absolutely, yeah.
That Al is one foxy gal.
Absolutely, yeah. That's me. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
She's a boss, and that ain't no floss, cause she's dripping with that spicy Al sauce. Wife, mother of a baby boy, and after 14 years, she's still a greatest
That's
boy.
right,
Brilliant,
baby.
Resilient, passionate, and savvy. Ooh, that Al is such a baddie. Singer-songwriter, political fighter, trendsetter, ain't nobody better.
She's smooth, she's cool, breaks all the rules.
Show to y'all.
Joyous, gorgeous, always victorious. Can't lie, she's fly, so sister ride or die. Who y'all talking about? Absolutely, yeah.
And now for the star of our show, wife, mom, best-selling author, singer, songwriter, stage play producer, cooking diva, and the queen of quarantine, Allison Randall Berrewa.
Good evening, everybody, and fantastic Friday to all of you. I am so excited about this show because this is a show where we are allowing the candidates in Macon-Bibb County to come forth and tell you about their platforms, what they're running for, why they're the best person to take the job. We're giving them a platform here on the Absolute Al Show, and it is very important. Remember, your vote is your voice. It is powerful. That is why we put this show together, because you need to hear from these candidates so you can know how to make a wise selection. Now, our first candidate is someone near and dear to my heart because she taught me. I think I turned out pretty good, so I think it would behoove the people of Macon-Bibb County to elect this woman to District 1 of Macon-Bibb County's Board of Education. She is none other than my 6th grade teacher, Miss Myrtice Champion Johnson.
Good morning, Caitlin. Yes, voters will decide who will take that District 1 seat on August 11th, which is about a month before school starts. So I spoke to both of the candidates on their views about what everyone is talking about, how the district plans to handle back to school return in the midst of a pandemic. Bibb County voters will decide between retired educator Myrtice Johnson and former defense attorney Tara Edwards. The vote comes a month before school starts back September 8th during the COVID-19 pandemic.
We have to look at what the parents are saying, and we have to look at what the CDC is saying. If CDC is saying that it's not safe for them to go back at this time, then I don't think we ought to just shoot from the hip and put those kids back in harm's way.
They agree that masks should be required if the district returns in person and making teacher safety a top priority.
Hello, I'm Myrtice Champion Johnson, and I'm running for School Board District 1. I am running for this position because we need some strong leadership on the school board. Right now, Ella Carter, our present board member for District 1, is retiring. And I'm ready to step in her giant footsteps. She's a good friend of mine, and I know that she is going to appreciate what I have to offer for this school district. First of all, let me tell you that I have 31 years in this school district. 17 of those years as an elementary school principal, and 14 of those years as a classroom teacher, where I taught Allison and the whole Randall family. I've been a leader. Even after I retired, I held several president positions, like president of my sorority, president of Georgia Retired Educators, president of Bibb Retired Educators, and the president of Georgia Educators Museum. I've served on several boards. Additionally, my own children graduated from Northeast High School, which is in District 1. I've lived in District 1 for 47 years. As an educator, parent, grandparent, school volunteer, and community leader, I know the needs of this school district. I've never stopped serving my community. I'm in and out of the schools regularly, speaking with principals, teachers, parents, and students, trying to find out their needs. I've guided our organizations in partnering with several schools in the district where we provide funds for the students. In an effort to highlight our school system's positive image, I've invited our school superintendent and board members and our students to display their talents at our state conventions and our local meetings. I've written financial literacy grants for our community. I've taught our parents how to manage their money, how to write their budgets, how to take care of their household finance, and how to purchase homes. I care deeply about our children, our parents, and educators in our community. This community knows me, and they know my worth. So if you want a champion in the seat, then vote for me, Myrtice Champion Johnson.
Concur to all of that because she told no lies. I want to talk about the classroom briefly because that's why I first met you, and I watched your career from being a sixth grade student, and even when you left the classroom to go into administration.
I'm delighted that I was one of your teachers. We got along quite well, but I see now that you're all grown up and mature and got your own station.
Ms. Johnson, you had a connectivity to little girls that look like me. We were drawn to you. We wanted to be like you, wanted to dress like you, we wanted to talk like you. You were so smart. You were like a hero. You were, of course, our teacher, but we saw you as a mentor too. How important is that to children nowadays in 2020?
Thank you, Allison. I didn't know all of that. Glad you told me about it. But it's still important today. Even when I was a principal in the school, I tried to encourage my staff because the school where I worked was 100% students that looked like me. So I tried to encourage my staff, and they did it, to, number one, come to school looking like a professional. Because, see, many times our children will not see that kind of look or behavior again. So it was important to us to, number one, look like the part that we played. They put their makeup on and wore their pretty dresses, and they had to wear their high heel shoes and their hose because we wanted to look the part, because we knew those children were watching us. We knew we had to make a difference in the lives of our children because they saw us, as you said, as that hero. So if you're going to be the hero, you have to look and act and play the part. Many times we went into the homes of our students, sat down and talked with the parents. If the students got in trouble, the parents knew that they were going to see us. I've even had parents that called me when I was in the office and said, Ms. Johnson, make this child get up out of the bed and come to school. I said, goodness, I did not know that was part of my role. So I said, put that child on the phone. They put her on the phone. I said, this Ms. Johnson, get out of that bed and come on to school. Those were the kinds of things that we had to do in the classroom. It's probably still needed because parents need to know, once they know that their teachers and their principal care about their children, they will do everything in their power to try to help us to make their children successful. So I still think we should play that role in the children's lives.
The question, the million-dollar question of the day regarding our children and the situation that we're dealing with the pandemic of COVID-19, in your opinion, your professional opinion, and in conjunction with what you have heard from our medical experts, epidemiologists, Dr. Fauci, do you think that children should return to school, the brick and mortar school, this fall? And if so, if you think so, or if you think not, give me your reasoning behind it. Should they go?
Allison, that's $1 million question. If schools were to open today, I would say no. But one thing that our school board has done is postpone the opening of the school until after Labor Day. So that gives us another whole month and a week to get our schools ready. And that gives us another whole month and a week to get this COVID calmed down. Now, I feel that students ought to be in school. But at the same time, I don't think we should jeopardize the safety of our students, our professionals. Their lives are important too. But let's say we have about 5 more weeks before school opens. I understand that the schools are busy getting those buildings ready. I had an opportunity to listen in on the budget. They have set aside about a $500,000 to make sure they are following the guidelines. We're keeping those buildings sanitized, making sure everyone have face masks, making sure the students will be socially distant. It takes this whole community to make this work. We can't just leave it to the school board and to the staff alone. All of us have a role to play. We have to wear those masks. We have to practice social distances. We have to use the hand sanitizer. We have to stay out of each other's faces, avoid the large crowds. And if we choose not to do that, then I think we are choosing to keep the schools closed. So you ask the question, do I think the schools are ready? No, not at this time. Do I think the schools will be ready after Labor Day? I think we have a greater chance of opening the schools after Labor Day. I'm not going to say that, yes, we can open the school, because I don't know. None of us don't. But I really believe that if we would follow the guidelines of the CDC, we would be in a better position to open our schools.
Good answer, good answer. I agree with you also. I really do. As a mother, right now we have an option here in Henry County that children can do virtual or brick and mortar, go to the actual school. We were given that option, and we chose, I chose for my child to stay home virtually. I think the consensus was, pretty clear. And so we are starting off in Henry County doing virtual learning. So I understand what you're saying. She said, y'all don't try to get her words twisted. Y'all heard what she said. She said right now, as of today, if we had to go back today, with the cases rising, she says no. But she says, let's wait and let's see what happens in extended, the postponed date after Labor Day in Bibb County. Well, it was a pleasure having you here. I wish I could keep you longer so we could talk about those good old days at Joseph Clearsville Elementary School. We have so many candidates to interview tonight. But I thank you so much, Ms. Johnson, for the example you showed to me, my siblings, and to so many of your students who have gone on to do great and successful things. I think that you were a part of that foundation, and you need to give yourself a hand and take a bow. Now, before I let you go, let the viewers, social media world, know how they can get in contact with you and how they can contribute to your campaign before this runoff, which is August the 11th.
And you may contact me, and you may visit my website at mchampionjohnson.wixsite.com/2020. You may go there and donate. Now, a lot of my friends don't like to donate that way. If you don't, you may write a check. Make the checks out to Committee to Elect Myrtice C. Johnson and send it to 3520 Chesley Drive, Macon, Georgia, 31217. If you want to call me and ask a question, you may call me at 478-745-4760. Thank you.
There you have it, viewers, social media. Listen, this is our candidate. Support her. I think that she is the person for this position. She has a wealth of knowledge to offer you all and your children. God bless you. Thank you for coming. You have a home here. When you win, come back and give us updates of what's going on in Macon-Bibb County and Board of Education for your children, okay?
I will do that. And thank you so much for having me today.
We love you. Bye-bye, Ms.
I love you too. Bye-bye.